In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto.
Question everything.
Trust nothing.
That was a big delay. It's your boy.
Well, usually you steal my line, so I'm not used to saying it anymore.
It is a beautiful Monday evening here on Debate Crypto. Thank you guys for being here. You could be anywhere, yet here you are. So thank you guys. We are looking forward to having some fun tonight. We've got some good stuff on the podium. I'll let Miguel get to that in just a second. But before we do, 5 days. We've got until this Saturday. We've been talking about it for a long time. The week is here. This Saturday is the free mint, Danger Close Alpha. Make sure you jump into the Discord. Hey, let me say something, guys. I was buying some NFTs last night, and the gas fee was like, there's two purchases. One of them was 76 cents. The other one was 92 cents. Now, not trying to get everybody's hopes up, but we are going to try our best with the way that we structure the times for the whitelist versus the people that aren't whitelisted to give everybody an opportunity to hit a time frame at which there should be some really low GWE, which will allow you to be able to mint for next to nothing. That's our goal. We want to make this as close to free as possible. So
yeah, and we want to remind everybody, we got a tweet out there for the people, right? When this mint goes down, once we are 50% minted, we are giving away an Arculus wallet to one lucky holder. So make sure you jump in there, you mint your free NFTs, and obviously the more NFTs you get, the more likely you probably are going to win. So make sure you jump in there for that Arculus cold storage wallet, baby.
Yeah, here it is. This thing is super dope. You can actually tap it to your phone. So if you have an iPhone, depending on which phone you have, you literally like tap it to the backside of the phone or whatever, and you can pull it up and look at your NFTs on it. Because a lot of the hardware wallets where you can store NFTs, the problem with them is you can't look at them. So you can store it, but it's not really that fun if you can't check out the what you bought. So that's one of the nice things about the Arculus. So stick around for that. When we mint out, as Miguel said, half, which is 2,500, we're going to be giving one of those away to somebody that has minted. We want to be blessing the people that are in the project. We don't just want to be giving stuff away to just random people that have nothing vested into the project. So that's what's going on there.
One quick last thing to say before we get started here is tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time, Twitter Space. We are having a Twitter Space every single day of this week until mint day. So make sure you jump in there, you participate. We got some crazy, juicy news for you guys. That we're not just talking about the project in these Twitter Spaces. We're talking about real world things that are happening around the world, things that we might not be able to talk on some other platforms. Yeah. So we talk about it on the Twitter Spaces. So make sure you jump in and stay informed.
Yeah, and if you're looking for some TA love, make sure that you are part of the Candle Mafia. That's Frankie Candles over on BitBoy Crypto's channel. Make sure you check him out. He's 5:45 to generally about 7:30. So the Candle Mafia usually jumps in here. If you're part of the Candle Mafia, welcome. We're glad that you're here, but make sure you keep checking out Frankie Candles over there. All right, so Miguelito, what is on the podium this evening?
Dude, we've got all the way from SEC regulations possibly being a nightmare, according to Mark Cuban, to Chipotle buying the dip. We've got all kinds of crazy things happening. We got NFTs solving more real life utility. And we've also finally have the ultimate scare of the Federal Reserve meeting that's coming up this week. Is that the reason why the markets are coming down a little bit?
Yeah, we will find out. So stick around for all of that. We're going to have some fun tonight again, guys. Smash the likes. Let's get into it. Let's check out the markets. Let's see what's going on. And then we'll get Miguel to give us a little bit of TA love over here. Okay, so the global crypto market cap is, let me update it, down 4.45%. We're down under $1 trillion. So it's 994.47 billion with a B dollars. Like I said, we're down below $1 trillion. Bitcoin's at 21.6. That's down about 4.5%. We've got ETH 1477. We've knocked down underneath that 1500 number. Not what I'm liking to see, but hey, if we're going to go down, let's just go down. Let's do the damn thing. Let's get down to some like super low prices where we can just start gobbling up some more ETH there. We got
I wonder how many people bought ETH when we wicked to that like 800 sub 1000 ETH. I'm sure people were terrified and didn't buy any because they're like, it's going to go to zero.
Yeah. Well, part of the problem, one of the ways that you can solve that, and for everybody listening, if you have targets set buy orders in there. Just literally set a buy order for a certain target. It can even wick down to that, and it will trigger your order. So it's always a good thing to do. It's something that actually I've missed out a number of times where I would have bought at certain prices. We get this huge, wick down or wick up, whatever the case may be, depending on what you're trying to buy, sell, whatever. And I've missed out before, so I think it's an important thing to do. I've got sell orders set for XRP. I think it's an important thing to do. So BNB's at $249, down about 5%. We got XRP down about 5%. I mean, you guys know how this goes, right? Solana's down 8%. I mean, Solana's just always down, right? Whether it's the actual network or whether it's the price, Solana seems to be pretty good at being down. So, Miguel, we got any TA to explain what in the heck is going on? Or are we just going to call it bear market?
I mean, we can just take a quick look just for the people that haven't been checking up the last couple of days, but same place, right? We're still here on the daily. You're seeing once again the market is retracing back down, possibly to this point of control right here of 20,500, give or take. We, like I told you guys, we waked up here. We had this reversal. We had this reversal signal ahead of time. We kept going, and now we've kind of dwindled off, right? We look over here at the volume market cipher B. The momentum wave is coming down. The VWAP, which is this yellow marker, has gone below the middle line, which is not good. VWAP up, good. VWAP down, bad. The money flow, right, has not crossed over. It's not like pouring out, but it's not going in the momentum that we need for it to push the market upward either. So the market is just kind of having a cool off period. Yeah. And that could be, fear from the Federal Reserve market, the Federal Reserve meeting that's coming up, or just natural, right? We had a massive movement upward. We're talking about thousands of dollars in the Bitcoin price, and now we're cooling off. It is the bear market, so get used to it. It's not going to be very exciting anytime soon.
That's a fact. Let me touch something real quick as it relates to our NFT. Hazley says, will there be limits on how many we can mint at a time? So yes, Hazley, there will be. So the way that it's going to work, and do it in one transaction, okay? Reminder, guys, you don't need to do this in multiple transactions. Pay one gas fee, okay? If you are whitelisted, you are going to be able to mint 6. If you are not whitelisted, you are going to be able to mint 5. And then there is about, 25 people, Miguel, that were part of our academy, 30 people that were part of our academy, something like that. They're going to actually be able to mint 7, but that's just a few select people that know who they are, that have been around since the beginning of time.
And when we say that you only mint 5, 6, or 7, whatever it is, that is per transaction. So you will be able to do more than one transaction, but to make it fair for that, there's a fair distribution among everybody, and everybody has enough time to mint. You can do 5 or 6 or 7, whatever your limit is, depending on your status, per transaction. So you can do multiple transactions of 5, multiple transactions of 6 to bundle up or grab as many NFTs as you can. But we want to give everybody a fair shot. Right? We don't want to just leave it open up and, hey, I can just mint 1,000 up from one transaction. All right.
Well, they're gone. Crypto Billy bought them all. I mean,
Crypto Billy just bought.
It's always all. Crypto Billy just buying everything up. I'll tell you what. Shout out Billy. We appreciate you, brother. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at let's talk about the Fed, because I think that's an important thing that's coming up this week. And actually, no, hold on. Before we do that, let's look at the sentiment. Let's go over to Token Metrics. Guys, Token Metrics is doing a free intro. Like, I think it's a free week, free month. I need to double check on that before I tell you, but they're doing something for free so you can test this thing out. But one of the cool things, they have a sentiment index. And what it does, it goes through the different social media platforms, Twitter, Reddit, Telegram, and tells you what's the sentiment. Why does that matter, you might ask? Well, I think you know why that matters, right? Social media does drive markets. If there's enough, like Cardano, very positive on Twitter, right? If there is enough very positive, news on multiple different platforms, you might be able to say, hey, we could get some positive movement there. And on the opposite side, if you've got everything just absolutely in the dumps as it relates to sentiment, you know what time it is, So just want to throw that out there. I think that's a really cool thing that they do. There's some really neat things that Token Metrics does that, as we continue to explore the platform more, that I'm running into and say, hey,
and they've got very affordable plans too, right? They've got very affordable plans. So if you guys want to check out the plans and what the pricing are, make sure you check the link in our bio. It helps out the channel and supports us. So we greatly appreciate it.
All right, let's check out the Fed meeting. So the crypto market dips ahead of the upcoming Fed meeting. The price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other major cryptocurrencies slumped on Monday as the Federal Reserve is expected to increase its benchmark interest rate by 0.75%. Just side note, that's 75 basis points. When you hear someone say BPS or basis points, it is in conjunction with how many percentage points or partial percentage points on the rate. So 0.75 means 75 basis points. That's the largest hike in nearly 3 decades. At the time of writing, Bitcoin slid to a weekly low of about 21,935, down 2.8% over the last 24 hours, with ETH, the market's second largest crypto, shedding nearly 5% for the day to the current value of 1528. The combined market cap of all cryptos has meanwhile dropped below 1.08 trillion last Wednesday to $1 trillion by press time. And guys, you saw what it was a couple minutes ago. It is down below that. The Fed officials have already upped benchmark short-term borrowing rates by 1.5%. So there's been 150 basis points already this year, including a 75 basis points increase in June, which we just saw not too long ago, the largest such increase in nearly 3 decades. Now, let me explain a little bit real quickly as to kind of how this affects the crypto space and what this means. When the federal funds rate goes up, I've talked about this before, this impacts the entire economy. Adjustable rate mortgages, home equity lines of credit, credit cards, student debt, savings deposits, and other loans are becoming more expensive. Right. So the idea is basically that less accessible borrowing is going to dampen consumer demand, thus bringing inflation down. That is the whole idea behind raising interest rates. Now, my problem with this, and I've been talking about this for a while as it relates to creating a deflationary state. You've got to get to stagflation first. You basically have to bring the economy to a grinding halt. My problem with this is that we were lied to from the get. We were told we can print, and it's not going to affect you. Wait a minute. How stupid are we, right? That's not a real thing. You're adding massive amounts to the money flow, to the amount of money in our economy, and you're telling me that it's still going to be worth the same amount. Well, I think you all know better than that. And that's what I hate about it, is they just flat out lie to us. They take us for stupid. And
they're still lying about it till this day. Right now, they're still coming out saying that, inflation and this and that, and that we're not in a recession. Now they're trying to deny the recession. We are in a recession. By numbers, we have a smaller growth for 2 months in a row or 2 quarters in a row. We are in a recession. And they're trying to deny that right now. I believe for this Fed meeting, if we don't have a 75 basis point increase, I think it's going to be very bullish. Even if they increase 50 points, I think it's going to be a very bullish sentiment. It's going to be less than what is expected, and maybe it could push the market the crypto market, I should say, a little bit higher. But we will see, man. I mean, yeah. I do agree with you, right? They're going to be pushing us with its overcorrection into a stagflationary state. I think we're going to be there for a little bit. It's going to really drag out this recession, and then they're going to say, "Oh crap, we messed up again," and then they're going to put the printer back on.
It's a never-ending game. That's the only thing that's going to solve it when they give you the solution is going to be CBDCs. Mark my words. Mark today's date down. The solution is going to be CBDCs. Flat out. That's
their proposed solution. But if you've been paying attention to the Discord, we have talked about China and Russia getting together to create their own world reserve currency backed by actual commodities, gold, silver, uranium, all kinds of hard valuable minerals, and that's what they're backing this currency with. This is a huge problem for the US dollar and for the state of the United States. The United States is in trouble if this continues to get more and more influence. So make sure you jump into the Twitter space to hear more about it.
It's a fact. We're going to talk about that tonight, 9 o'clock. Make sure you're there. Crypto Billy, always showing us some love. Thank you for the super chat. Says, if you love DCA, hit the heart right now in chat. Show them some love. Thank you, Billy. We love you too.
That's right, guys. Smash up the likes. Smash up the likes.
All right, so let's take a dive into let's shift gears just a little bit. Let's switch over to Chipotle buying the dip. This is kind of a little fun exercise here. Chipotle's buy the dip promo includes $200K in crypto for customers' Coinbase accounts. The restaurant chain is also giving away $2 million in guacamole and queso to celebrate National Avocado Day. Okay, tell me more,
dude. I'll say it after. But it's related to this. Go ahead.
Okay. Chipotle is asking customers to, quote, buy the dip, the crypto avocado, and dairy-based varieties. The fast casual chain, the fast casual? Okay. They don't want to call it fast food anymore. The fast casual chain kicked off a week-long promo today in which it's giving away 200 grand in crypto and almost $2 million in guacamole and queso blanco dip. The online game Buy the Dip runs through July 31st. That's the day after our mint. You don't need to worry about anything else, just our mint. That's Saturday, aka National Avocado Day. Over the course of the week, Chipotle will give out crypto prizes of varying amounts to 516 players, while some 700,000 others will receive vouchers for free food. Miguel, what were you about to say?
So what I was about to say was where they messed up, right? They wanted to be hip and get ready for the dip. What they should have done is created NFTs, avocado and queso NFTs, and tell them to buy the dip, and people can go and redeem their avocado and their queso with their NFT collection of Chipotle. So Chipotle, if you're watching this, hit up your boy. He knows a thing or two about creating NFT collections. So get ready. That's what they should have done, in my opinion.
Well, hey, Chipotle, if you're looking for a little bit of help, we will charge a modest fee, right? I'll get in contact with them and we'll just dump all of
just a lifetime supply of free Chipotle.
Chipotle at all times, whenever I want it, for me and my family
for generations.
That's right. That's right.
Forever.
Let's take a quick break for our ledger announcement for this evening. We have got the show mascot coming in. Hi, Boogie. Hi. Hi. If you didn't know, now you know. You need to get say hi. Hi. You need to get a Ledger hardware wallet because this little lady knows you got some Bitcoin? You got some ETH? Huh?
The Bitcoin is locked up and protected forever
right.
in cold storage.
Daddy is protecting it by she's being her own bank, right? Okay. I love you.
That's the only way to pass it down from one generation to the next is in cold storage. It's not going to be safe on centralized exchanges. It's not going to be safe on MetaMask. It's not going to be safe on any of these hot wallets or exchanges. It's only going to be safe in a ledger. So make sure you go get one. I've seen a lot of people in our Discord and in our group picking up,
snatching them up.
Yeah, snatching them up, dude. Because all these exchanges are shutting down and people are losing their shit.
Yeah, that's another way you guys can support the channel. So check out the link below the video. But I also want to say it's a fun gift. I don't know if you've ever done this, Miguel, but I gave my nephew $100.
I gifted my parents one.
Okay. So what I meant was it's a fun gift to put some money on a hardware, to put some Bitcoin or ETH or whatever on a hardware wallet. I did it for my nephew. And unfortunately, he's seen it go all the way up. The $100 turned into 690, and then he's seen it come all the way back down. He's like, Bubby, is it like $200? I'm like, listen, man, just chill. It'll be all right. But it's a fun thing to do. And again, you are your own bank. You don't need these centralized exchanges to steal everything that you have because at the end of the day, it might just happen. So
Hazley Jane says, how about Arculus? So that's the wallet we're giving away. It's also a cold storage wallet. It's just a different brand, right? So we have a code for Ledger and we are giving away some Arculus wallets for the mint. But yes, it is also cold storage. So yes, it is good to go.
Yes. Good question, Hazley. So we're going to finish off. Stick around for the NFT utility. We're going to talk about some utility that as it relates to ticketing dilemmas. We're going to talk about that before we finish. But let's talk about the SEC one more time. We got Mark Cuban sharing some insight and some thought on the SEC. Mark Cuban says the SEC regulating crypto will be a, quote, nightmare. After Pat Toomey criticized the SEC, Cuban added, think this is bad? Wait till you see what they come up with for registration of tokens. And he's got a little grin on his face there. You know what time it is. The SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, regulating how cryptocurrencies are registered will be nothing short of a nightmare. The billionaire star of Shark Tank and owner of the Dallas Mavericks tweeted that sentiment over the weekend following a tweet from Senator Patrick Toomey that criticized the SEC. Toomey called out what he described as a regulation by enforcement approach toward the crypto industry by the agency, which recently filed civil and criminal charges against 3 individuals, including a former Coinbase employee accused of illegal insider trading. We'll skip past the tweet. In court filings, the SEC claimed that at least 9 crypto, we talked about this, right, where they were being sold as unregistered securities being traded on Coinbase's exchange. Says yesterday's enforcement action is a perfect example of the SEC having a clear opinion on how and why certain tokens classify as securities, he said. Yet the SEC failed to disclose their view, before launching an enforcement action. Miguel, I think that for me, the problem that lies here is not their actual legislation that I think that they want to put in place. I think that some of this legislation is going to end up being a good thing. I think it's going to be a necessary evil. However, just like Mark Cuban was saying, they're basically throwing the rules at you after you've already acted in a way that was not wrong in the first place, right? It's like being a little child and you do something that you've never been told that you can't do, and then you get spanked for doing it, right? Except for in this case, getting spanked is going to be getting spanked in the monetary wallet, and it might even put your butt in jail. So
yeah, the problem is, I mean, and I don't fully blame them, just for the simple fact that it's Congress. They're slower than a dead turtle, right? So, like, if you've ever seen a dead turtle moving, that's how slow, and it's a lot slower than that to get anything done. Imagine crypto, how fast crypto changes, how fast technology, right? Because crypto is technology, how fast it is for it, and how quickly it changes from year to year, from cycle to cycle. Right, we got DeFi, we got NFTs, we got all this crazy stuff that didn't exist last cycle. So they haven't even realized what Bitcoin is just yet, and they're talking about decentralized finance. We're talking about privacy coins. We're talking about all these things, so they can't keep up with the regulations, right? How are they going to track every MetaMask wallet and every transaction of every NFT you buy and sell? And how is that going to be a taxable event, right? They want to tax all these things, but they literally can't control what is happening. So they're just hoping that they can scare you into taxation, right? Scare you into it for you to participate. So I don't fully blame them that the regulations aren't in place. The space changes very quickly. What bothers me is the fact that they don't know how to regulate it. So they're just gonna throw something and hope it sticks, right? They're just throwing things up out in the wind to try to create an encompassing bubble that can suppress everything. But okay, now I gotcha, and you can't grow anymore, and then I can slow you down. So then now I can catch up with the technology. That's what bothers me. It is going to be a mess. I completely agree with Mark Cuban. It will continue to be a mess. I mean, we've seen it already, but it is what it is, man. And until the time comes, enjoy it while we got it.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see if we make a smooth transition there or if we're going to have a lot of bumps in the road. And I think, yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be a bumpy ride. I think there's going to be a lot of question marks. I do believe that there's going to be a lot of fines handed out. Let's be fair. A lot of this revolves around what everything revolves around, right? You get pulled over by the police. What do they really want to do for the most part? They want money, right? It's your ticket. What you pay for your ticket pays their salaries, right? And it's kind of the same idea here with the SEC. The fines that are being paid out ultimately pay for whatever it is that the SEC actually does. They say that they protect you and look out for your best interests. I, however, would argue that that might not be the case, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a dumb guy on YouTube talking about crypto. So, all right, so let's kick it off, or kick it off. Well, we're going to kick it off 23 minutes in. Let's finish it off talking about, you know what time it is, NFTs. So before I dive into the article, we've got our free mint coming up on Saturday. We have a 9 o'clock Twitter space tonight. So if you didn't know, now you know. Jump in. We talk about lots of geopolitical stuff because it matters in the crypto space. And also, if you didn't know what our mint is all about, it's bringing the crypto space together, the NFT space together with the prepper community. We want people to understand that they have an obligation to their family to take care of them, right? To be prepared in all facets of life. And so we're providing some of that education, a real world use case. Like
now's the time, man.
World.
Now is the time.
There's a lot of scary stuff going on.
A lot of scary stuff is happening, right? And that's what we talk about in these spaces. And we're not trying to sell you fear. We're just selling you the facts. All right, we're talking to you about the things that mainstream media doesn't want to talk to you about. So they keep you distracted with all the other BS rather than move their real life agendas around. And people literally don't realize until it's too late.
Yeah, the reality is NFTs are going to be, as we move forward in the future, they're going to be a way of life. The NFTs, I believe,
we're going to make it a way of life.
Well, we're definitely going to make it a way of life. Absolutely. So yeah, if you want to survive, check it out. But no, I think that NFTs are going to be so ingrained and embedded into life that people aren't even going to know all the time that they're messing with an NFT, right? We've talked about it before. Driver's licenses, birth certificates, house deeds, all of these things are going to be NFTs. Why? Because NFT does nothing more really than show digital ownership. The actual non-fungible token says, hey, this is special, this is unique, and I'm showing that I, in fact, have verifiable digital ownership over this. We are adding another layer, and that's what this article is about to talk about. We're adding another layer to that. We're saying, okay, we will show you that it is distinctly, one of a kind. And not only is it distinctly one of a kind, you have digital ownership that you can verify and show on the blockchain. Okay, cool, 2 for 2. But number 3, we're actually going to add a layer to that, which is going to be use case in your real life. This thing is going to freaking do something for you. So many different projects. The only thing they can say that they do is hopefully add liquidity if you're able to sell it for more than you bought it for. Or they promise you some sort of staking option, which, by the way, in the bear market, that is a freaking joke. Don't even go there with me, right? What we're doing is offering education, in real life education. Now, I know sometimes people can be like, man, well, that sounds freaking boring. Well, guess what? Boring has allowed Miguel and I to amass a nice portfolio, right? Boring made me read the Bitcoin standard right here, and I started to understand how messed up our monetary system is, and I needed to get into Bitcoin. I needed to get into cryptocurrency. Boring has brought our lives from down here up here. And so I just want to encourage you guys that the education that we're going to be providing literally could be life-saving. You want to read that? You want to read that message there, Miguel?
Yeah, man. The Soul King Crypto Billy in himself right here saying, if you have a DCA Danger Close Alpha NFT, might save you from hunger, might buy you bullets, might be able to trade for water. This is just the beginning. So greatly appreciate the comment. It's 100% true. Trying to prepare you guys for any scenario from climate change that apparently is coming for people.
Big deal. Yeah.
And all the way to government tyranny, to whatever other conspiracy you want to believe in, because apparently we're running out of those nowadays. So whatever it is that you believe in is most likely a reality at this point, or very close by. So now is the time to get prepared.
Last thing before I read the article, one of the things that I love about our community as we continue to grow, dude, I feel like we're building real deal relationships with people in the Discord. I care about people in the Discord. When I say good morning, I love you guys, like, I mean it. I would never want to wake up and hear that something bad happened to somebody. I think somebody like damn near cut off their finger the other day. And literally when I saw that happened, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I really hope that he's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've created these bonds, and I just want to encourage everybody, if you're not already in there and you want to find and get hooked up with just a freaking good friend group, jump in there. You're going to learn something, and we will continue to press forward. I want to tell you, as we connect farther with PrepperNet, as we give you this the roadmap, the survivalist roadmap, the
roadmap to survival,
the roadmap. Yeah.
Book,
so
the book written by the CEO of PrepperNet.
As we continue to give you things of that nature, and we bring them in on some of our Twitter spaces, et cetera, you guys are really going to get farther and farther into this space and more, and understand more and more and more. And then obviously, if you go to one of the 3-day boot camps, well, that's a whole different story. So
if you want one of those, got to get in the free mint.
That's right. Got to start with the free mint. We're starting with a freebie. We're not starting, with some high dollar NFT. We thought it was the right way to do it. So let's talk about some other NFT utility. NFT utility to remedy ticketing dilemmas. Experts weigh in. Okay, I'll bite. The 2022 Champions League final will have a checkered position in the competition's history book. Real Madrid emerged victorious over Liverpool inside the Stade de France, but the pandemonium outside the stadium before kickoff highlights the need for innovative solutions to events ticketing. Counterfeit tickets played a massive role in the chaotic scenes that played out in the French capital in June 2022 as fans broke into the stadium precinct while authorities rebuffed many. French authorities estimated that 35,000 people had arrived at France's national stadium with fake tickets or none at all, in addition to the 75,000 fans that had legitimate tickets for the grand finale. Black market ticket sales and touting have been part and parcel of the sporting and events world for decades, but the advent of blockchain-powered ticketing looks to be a promising solution. Non-fungible tokens are multifaceted in that they ensure the credibility of tickets and enable Internet of Things functionality while also serving as a unique digital collectible to commemorate an event. The NFL has already tested the waters with NFT ticketing, having distributed around 250,000 NFT tickets after launch in 2021 of November of 2021. Fans that attended the NFL Super Bowl were also eligible for commemorative NFT tickets. all at no cost. How that NFT ticket looks and what it incorporates are up to the creators. The NFL's NFT tickets are minted on the Polygon blockchain and features different animated visual events. Guys, listen, we talked about one of a kind, digitally verifiable, and art. How does this not make sense for something as straightforward as tickets? Think about it. You go to a concert. If you had a t-shirt, let's use a t-shirt. If you had a t-shirt or a poster that you bought from the actual Woodstock, right? Like if you had like a mint poster from Woodstock or a t-shirt from Woodstock that was not all jacked up, this, that, and the third, worth a ton of freaking money. Why? Well, it's a commemorative item. Now we do almost everything on computers, right? Now we can have that commemorative item. It can also at the gate show, hey, this is one of a kind. There's only one. The blockchain verifies it. Boom, bam, slam. And then when you leave, you still have it. The other cool part is if you want to sell it to somebody because, hey, I was there. I came. I conquered. I came. I saw. I conquered. Now I'm going to leave. You can sell it to somebody else. And, well, not only can somebody else then enjoy it, but they also, depending on what it has tied into the smart contract, could possibly go again the next year, depending on what that actual ticket entailed. And so I'm really interested to see how these evolve. I just know that it works. It works, Miguel. It works.
Yeah, 100% agree that it works. NFTs for ticketing and stuff like that is 100% one of the great utilities it can do. Right here, Hazley Jane says, imagining the NFTs Disney would be dropping on Matic, right? So Matic announced, or Disney announced that they're partnering up with Matic to create some NFTs. So it's going to be huge. These big companies are moving towards NFTs for many different purposes, for memberships, ticketing events, all kinds of stuff, commemorative, just NFTs that you can collect and gain value over time and sell, right? Flip. So all these things are happening with NFTs, and the more we're only going to see more and more bigger companies jumping in and getting more and more involved with NFTs, and NFTs becoming more part of just a regular part of life, and people collecting them and using them because people have been collecting things for all of history, right? Pawn shops. What do pawn shops exist on? People have collected all kinds of things from Pokemon cards to rocks to crystals to swords to different coins, right? You can find a penny that might be worth $10,000, right? Mm-hmm. People collect anything and everything, and NFTs are going to be part of that collection, and things are going to be moving digital.
Yeah. I'm excited to see it move forward. We love the space because we believe that we're able to provide actual value attached to it. That was our whole thing. We personally didn't want to just provide something. Hey, cool piece of art, dude. Let me sell it to you. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because ultimately the art has that intrinsic value, and that's the value is in the eye of the beholder. But I like when a project actually ties utility to it. I like when a project also is doing something like, I don't know, Miguel and I talked about
helping you survive.
Well, besides helping you survive, also helping other people survive, like donating to some sort of a charity or making something happen outside of yourself. And I think that's part of what kind of our motivation was. It was like, man, you know what? We can provide value in someone else's life that they otherwise might not have, and provide a community. And so that's what it's about for us. Just flat out, point blank, period. We provide community, or at least a central point, because we've got this community, this platform that we're on right now. And then we can provide education where that community can come together and build and learn. I mean, think about how much smarter you are, Miguel, because you know me. You know what I mean? It's like, it's incredible how much you can learn from somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
learn of the old ways. Learn of the ways before technology, before man knew what fire was.
That's right. Think about how much boomer knowledge you have now, bro. It's incredible. Yeah. So Crypto fam, we love you guys. We appreciate you for being here. As always, for real, it's Monday night. You could be somewhere else. You could be anywhere else, but you are here with us. So we appreciate it. We love you. We appreciate you. 9 o'clock, be at the Twitter space. Miguel apparently has some really dope info. Actually, I'll be straight with you. I don't even have all the info. Miguel has done a little research, and I'm excited to hear what's going on in the Twitter space. So make sure that you guys are there. Make sure you're in the Discord. Guys, Saturday's going to come quick. We want you to be there and be prepared.
Yeah.
That's right.
Today's already gone, so it might as well be 4 days.
We've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then as of Saturday, and I'm telling you, When Saturday kicks over, guys, I'm going to give you a little hint here. When Saturday kicks over, you're going to be able to buy an NFT, right? And when I say buy, I mean it's going to be free, and then you just pay the gas fee. So there it is. We love you guys. We hope you have a great night. Just remember, question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.